Failure is not the opposite of success. No, failure is actually what drives us to succeed. Failure is not the opposite of success. No, failure is actually the force that drives us to succeed. That's my quote to you today. You know, it's Reality Check channel once again. Yes, it's Reality Check channel once again. Uh, I believe everybody is okay. Yeah, everybody's okay. It's Saturday over here. What's the day at your own place? At your own region. What's the time zone? It's Saturday over here. It's a beautiful morning. So I'm transmitting from, Nigeria. Yeah, I'm transmitting from Nigeria, and it's a lovely morning. Yeah, this morning is cool. Woo. So today on Reality Channel, we are going to be talking about this failure is not the opposite of success. It's actually the what? The fuel, that takes us to success. Let's recaption this better. You know, uh, why failure? You know, okay. Let me build something better. Yeah, let's go with this flow. We fail to succeed. Yeah, this should be the topic for today's, you know, talks on Reality Channel. So we fail to succeed. That's the topic for today's focus. We fail to succeed. That's actually what we're going to be talking about on Reality Check today. That's what we're checking. Yeah, that's what we are checking, guys. Now, let's look at the keywords here. We fail to succeed. So, succeed and failing. What does it have to? Because failing now strings up one particular keyword to merge with succeed there. Where we have failure, the first thing that comes in your mind is fail, as in failure. Then succeed, yes, failure and succeed. Those are the two keywords there. So let's begin with succeed and then throw back at failure. So you can catch the whole scenario of everything better. So about what succeed, you know, to succeed in life means that momentum or the fact that you have achieved uh, what you want in life. That means you have succeeded. To succeed in a particular something or in life means to get a positive result, a very good result, out of something you have set out to achieve for yourself. That's what to succeed means. It's a verb, it's an action word to succeed. When you say to succeed, it means to achieve what a positive result from something, to get a very good result from something. That's actually what you are saying and you mean. Now, when you say failure, what's failure? Yeah, failure is what you know is actually the ingredient. Yeah, call it that. The ingredient, the fuel that actually drives us to do what? To succeed in life, to achieve success in life. Yeah, that's what failure is all about. So if you understand it this way, the better for you out there, looking at this video right now. Because most people tend to go with the metaphorical meaning of it. So, looking at it as what? The opposite of what? Success. Yeah, it is the opposite of success, but when you refine it and redefine it this way, it gives more meaning and understanding to you, such that you get to know that okay, failure is the opposite of success, but it is more of what you know those things that powers us to want to succeed and succeed more and more in life. Yeah, that's what failure is all about. So that's about that, guys. Driving further, you know in this particular caption we are talking about today. Uh, this is what I mean when I say what we fail to succeed. Yeah, we fail to succeed actually. You know, for every single thing out there, to be successful, or for every single human being out there to be successful, including me, I'm talking to myself as well right now. You gotta fail. Yes, you must fail. It is natural. That's the way it is. It is what it is. Yeah, we often say that. We often say that, for you to succeed in life, for you to get a good result, you must get a bad result out of something first. Yeah, that happens most times. Uh, you hardly see or you hardly experience the fact that you go through something once and get a good result one time. It hardly happens because life is just like that. As humans we are, we mostly learn from experience. I call that empiricism. Yeah, we mostly learn from experience or empiricism. Though philosophy supersedes what empiricism. Yeah, you know, learning things directly and executing them directly, getting the good results straight up is what is superior compared to experience, which is empiricism. So it is best off you do what you get to learn something one time, accept that, go through it and grow once. Just like somebody going through puberty once, rather than always waiting for the experience to hit you back and then you get to learn yourself. So, but we tend to mostly learn from experience because we are humans, so we tend to make lots and lots of what mistakes. So that is why for you to actually succeed in something, you must fail multiple times. Yeah, it usually works that way. Even to the experienced ones who have already, rather who has already, gotten the tip, such that anything they meet out there, they just walk through it once. Yeah, they still keep, failing most times whenever they set up a goal to achieve for themselves. They still fail over and over and over, and they get to do those things back again, get to sort out their mistakes and the things that didn't work via that project and then align them straight, like get to address those things that didn't work and then they get to do those things again the way it is supposed to work and the way it was supposed to be done, and then the good results spread out, boom, they succeed in that particular stuff they are pursuing. So what am I saying in essence? I'm saying that what failing is actually a good thing. Yes, you failing, when you've tried something and you fail again and again and again, failing is what? The road to success. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, failing is the road to success. Yeah, it's a road map. It's more like what? A direction. What? Even a redirection to success. So it's your road map, Yeah, it takes you there. It's your calendar. Yeah, it's your date. It gives you your date to success. Yeah, it brings a whole lot of goodies to success if only this is what it is and you get to understand and put it to work. Follow failure. Yes, once you fail, yeah, just knock yourself out. I did what I tried. Give yourself the accolade, then you keep on. You look at your failure, what caused these failures. You get to map them out, and then you do what you come to think towards it, understand it better, string out the stuffs that you know brought you down to your knees, and then you get to do it again the right way, like because afterwards you actually mapped out the solutions to what those things that made you fail or the areas whereby you did fail, then you get to do them again and tell that particular thing that I must succeed. Yeah, you must work for me, and then you do those things and it works for you. If it doesn't work, come back again, you address your failure, you go back again, keep hitting at it. It all takes what? Repetition. That's what failure is all about. It motivates you more. It gives you more hunger to do what? To keep doing those things repeatedly in a better way. And the more you do them, the better you accrue to perfection in doing those things. That's what failure is about. So we fail to succeed. Yeah, we fail to succeed. It's not the other way around. We don't fail to, fail or become a failure in our life. There are two different things altogether. People make, seem to what jinx it oftentimes. Yeah, oftentimes they seem to do that. Why? Because they begin to, tell themselves, I'm a failure. Being a failure is different from what? Failing. Failure is what? Permanence. Telling yourself that what? I'm a failure means what? You have permanently cramped yourself that you have failed, you can't succeed. That's what the message you're telling yourself and you're telling your brains. And then the dopamine in your brain, which controls what? Your neurons, transmits messages off and through your neurons. Yeah, they accept that dull message, they store it, they begin to deal with you in your brain with it. So you've told us you cannot succeed. Okay, they begin to, overreact negatively. They are not happy. Yeah, because what the dopamine does is what? To make sure that it maintains what? You know, happy hormones in your what? In your system, because actually it's a happy hormone. So which means if you give happiness to your brain, it returns it back. If you give, trouble to your brain, the dopamine says, okay, okay, you cannot succeed in life. It's true, you cannot succeed. Yes, it's you know gets the same thing like a recorder, and it says, okay, you cannot succeed. Whenever you even want to do something, it discourages you from doing that thing again and again. It has agreed with you. You have killed, your morale. So the brain's, effort now towards your goals becomes so dormant, just like you have already made it to be. So you shouldn't do what, uh, you know, at any point in time cramp yourself as a failure. No, you haven't failed. Yes, you have been failing. Yes, accept defeat. That is nice. You have been failing, and that is actually a good thing. That means you have actually been doing something, working towards that your goal. You're a man, I give it to you. You're a woman, you're a girl, you're a boy, you're a big lady, you're a big guy. Why? Because you've been doing it. For what? You keep failing. Yeah. So there is no harm in trying. If you've tried, you've always tried. What happens? Just do what? Work towards your failure. What are the things that made you fail? Strip them out. Draft solutions to do what? Towards that thing. Like map out the solutions to solve that particular area via which you failed. And then try that stuff again. It's more like a missile or a bomb. Throw that bomb, drop the bomb again, drop the missile. I bet you it's going to work. Yes, it must work. Yes, nobody just woke up one day and they did something once and it works. It rarely happens because this is life. Even when you are smart enough to always learn threats once, at once, like you are acute to philosophy ideas. So you just flow with the ideas straight up. You don't get to wait for experience to happen to you or empiricism to take over before you learn something. You still make mistakes enough. You already know how to do it. You do it, it still doesn't work due to one or two reasons. So my message to you today is that what? We fail to succeed. And I will say it a bunch of times again. We fail to succeed. And you know what? Yeah, I love failing. Yes, tell yourself that. I love failing to succeed. That's actually it. Yeah, I love failing because I want to succeed. I love failing to succeed. I love failing because without failing, I can't succeed. Yes, there must be a bad result for the good result to come up. There must be a negative result, a bad result for me to succeed, for a positive result to happen. Yes, it is normal for that to happen. And once it happens, you know, I owe myself that responsibility of addressing the failure. Keep banging on the door, keep knocking, guys. The door must open. That is just it. Repetition is the end of it. So that's my message to you in this video. I really hope you enjoyed this video because I did. I did as well. Yeah, I got to praise myself for these talks. I'm good. Yeah, I'm really good at it. This is what I do. And thank you for watching. Always watch my videos, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Is at what? Zavi Money 500. X in capital, M in capital. In other words, go below the description in this video and do what? You will see my social media handles. Follow me at my social media handles. A philosopher, a media professional, and a web developer. Goodbye, guys.